Hi guys, welcome back to Bottled and Bond. And today on our Bottled and Bond series, we are actually heading back to Kentucky. We're going to visit the Heaven Hill Distillery. We're going to check out one of their more craftier whiskeys, their more craftier bourbons. And we're going to give it some notes and go from there. Today we are checking out the Henry McKenna 10-year Bottled and Bond 100 proof bourbon. Let's check it out. Bam! So this is Henry McKenna. This is a 10-year aged Bottled and Bond bourbon. If you guys remember what we spoke about when it comes to Bottled and Bond, in order for this whiskey to be considered Bottled and Bond, it needs to be the product of one distillation season, one distillery, one distiller. It needs to be aged in a federally bonded warehouse under U.S. government supervision for at least 4 years. It must also be bottled at 100 proof, and they must state on the label itself where it was aged and where it was bottled if it was a different location. This specific batch or barrel number is barrel number 7686, and it was barreled on April 1st, 2009. So maybe what's in here is just piss and it was an April Fool's joke. This stated is 100 proofs, which makes it 50% ABV. The story behind this is a gentleman by the name of Henry McKenna, an Irish gentleman, came to the United States around 1837, and what he wanted to do is he wanted to make a better bourbon from the recipes that he had from back home. The mash bill on Henry McKenna is similar to other Heaven Hill Distillery products. It is a 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. Henry McKenna has won a couple of different awards, especially the San Francisco Spirits Awards. It has won the best whiskey one of the years that it was out there, and for them to actually capture that award, or be given that award, is remarkable, because this is you saying, the judges, the panels, they don't know what they're tasting. They don't know exactly what product it is. It is just like a blind tasting. But when it came to this one, it won the best whiskey award, meaning out of all the different whiskeys, regardless of how they were aged, made, location, and all that, this one took the best whiskey. Not just bourbon, best whiskey award. Nonetheless, guys, let's open it up. Sweet notes. One of the things that I do want to say about Henry McKenna is that they've become scarce, so they've come and gone. I couldn't find this bottle anywhere for the longest, and out of nowhere one day I found it at a local ABC in North Carolina, and then soon enough I found it in Virginia as well. It's not an expensive whiskey. You're looking at anywhere between $25, $30, $35. But it's almost scarce in a sense, and it did go scarce for a while after getting those awards, because people went crazy and to this frantic and just started buying the product left and right, to where then liquor stores were sold out and you couldn't find it anywhere. But now it should be coming back in the market, and should be more readily available. But like I said, it's not expensive at all. So for a 20 to 30, 35 sometimes bottle whiskey is competing with other products that have not really met my standards per se. So let's see what this gets. On the nose, it reminds me of Woodford. It reminds me of not necessarily the Evan Williams 100 proof Bottled and Bond either. It has more of a sweeter body, not so heavy, a couple little spices, and maybe a little nutty, your typical honey, vanilla here and there. A nice oaky, round smell to it on the nose. It's fairly sweet though, but that also can mean many other things. I've smelled different whiskeys that were delicious to the nose and on the palate, which are straight trash. So, and I will say, compared to the Evan Williams 100 proof Bottled and Bond, it's not as dry to the nose, to the point that you pick up a lot more of the sweet bourbon notes, a little mellowy as well, but good honey notes, good vanilla notes, very nutty, very oaky. Some of the things you tend to expect from a good bourbon on the nose, this one's hitting all the widgets. Way better than Evan Williams 100 proof. I'm gonna leave it at that. This is not a bad bourbon at all. And for the price, it's really good and it's sweet. It has the Woodford double oak sweetness to it. A little bit of the punch of an Evan Williams 100 proof, and a couple notes of Booker's. Listen, although the 75% corn is really high on the corn, a good bourbon that's aged for 10 years does not pick up corn. You're gonna pick up the nuttiness, bam, got it. You're gonna pick up the sweetness, got it. Vanilla, caramel, sweet maple syrup just a little bit, a couple of the brown sugar notes. It's actually pretty good. It goes in fairly smooth, sharp spice notes, doesn't really burn, doesn't last or linger on your palate for too long, a little bit of a bite, but all sweet notes that just cover your palate with almost like a chocolatey, toffee, caramel deliciousness. Really, this is pretty damn good. And for the price, holy crap, Heaven Hill Distillers, you knocked it out the park with this one. Oh yeah, I definitely recommend this one. Listen guys, I'm not trying to put a lot of hype over Henry McKenna, only because 1,000 other people before me have already put a lot of hype behind Henry McKenna. But when it comes to the nosing, when it comes to the flavors, and it comes to the price, this is a great bourbon. I'm comparing this with Woodford Double Oak, which is a $50, $60 bourbon, and this is competing with it at half the cost. So you tell me what I think about it. It's pretty damn good. Nonetheless guys, if you guys have had Henry McKenna 10-year bottled and bond, and you thought something different, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what whiskey you think I should be reviewing here next on Bottled and Bond. I'm Ozzy. This is Henry McKenna Bottled and Bond 100 proof from the Heaven Hill Distilleries in Kentucky. And this is Bottled and Bond. Cheers.